Hello everybody, this is Pokizard slash Jeremy over here, and I am here to talk about a game that I fell in love with and have been playing since November. It was and is my game of the year for 2015, and possibly one of the best games I've ever played, if not the best. So, get your horses ready. The game is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Game made by CD Projekt Red, the small Polish company. Now, a little backstory here. I've never played The Witcher 1 nor 2, and I've barely heard about it. Here's what happened. I just saw a few trailers before it came out, and they looked pretty awesome. I was never really a big RPG fan, except for Kingdom Hearts maybe, or Dust, but that's about it. I've never really played a deep RPG. But this one looked pretty inviting, with its hack and slashes combat, clearly very story driven, open world, and it didn't look scary nor intimidating. I just heard a lot about how huge it is, how you could spend literally over 100 hours with it, how much there is to do, and I don't know, it didn't scare me off, and I wanted to play it, but then something happened and I couldn't back in May, so then I got my chance to play it in November. Towards the end of November, I chose that over Fallout 4, and it was the best decision I've ever made. Believe it, the best decision. No regrets. So get ready because I'm gonna dive in to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I will try my best not to put really spoilers, even though the game has been out for a little while now, so there shouldn't be spoilers, and if there are, they're really minor, so don't worry about it. So I'm gonna start off with the world created for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Between Novigrad, Velen, Skellige, this game is first of all humongous, literally. Some may find it very intimidating between all the side quests and everything, or how many different mark points there are to travel to or to just discover. But I don't know, I feel like the more there is, the better, for me at least. And plus it was my first deep and huge game in this sense, so it didn't bother me. I guess it was more of a first experience. Maybe if I've already played a million others, maybe it'd be repetitive or annoying or too much. But because it was my first one, it didn't bother me one bit. The world is beautiful, between the water, the ocean, between the mountains, between the forests, everything, the characters, the environment. There's even a part in the game where you travel to different dimensions. It's incredible. I can't believe they created this. I loved just walking around. You could obviously use your horse or fast travel, but often enough, I'd love to just walk around and enjoy the areas, enjoy the view, enjoy walking around. I took a bunch of screenshots, videos. I'm sure people are annoyed with me on Facebook with this, but I really loved walking around. And I love the horse too, because Roach, you're a cutie. You know a game is incredible and has a lot of space to move around when you want to walk. So keep walking because it's very healthy and Geralt won't gain weight like this. The big next point, the characters. The characters are some of the greatest I've ever seen. I've never had a game where I fell in love with characters when I've only met them once. So here's how it goes. There are countless characters, I can't even count how many there are. There's a log where you can read about the characters and see their names, see all that happened to them throughout the story. It's crazy. They really put a lot of details into the characters. So for example, besides Geralt, who is the protagonist, and I love Geralt, there's Triss, Marigold, there's Yennefer, there's the Bloody Baron, there's Johnny the Swamp Kid, there's Avallac'h, there's Ilmarith, there's Eredin, there's Anna. There are so many characters. Not only are there so many characters, but it's not for no reason. So for example, let's say there's a side quest where I meet a character and it's just to help her or him and I will never see them again. Often enough, I would actually care about the characters because of their stories, whether they're sad, tragic, or even happy. I would care about them. And I've never seen actually some of them again, those minor characters. But I cared more about those than I cared about some characters that I was supposed to care about in other games. So they did a great job with it. For Geralt, I'd say, since he's the main character, I love the fact that you can make decisions. Now they're not like Telltale where the decisions really kill, as in they do, but they don't feel as heavy. They're just enjoyable and they're there. I love it this way. So for example, let's say you're talking to somebody and you want to get more information. It's your choice. It might aid you in your journey or it might not. So if let's say there's a dialogue where they're giving me information about what happened to this place, that place, if I want to know more about the past, references to the old Witcher games, I could. I don't have to, but I could. And I think that's a good thing. And I never skipped the dialogue. I always listened and I always went through every option. So I love those. Then there are the yellow options, which are more serious. Often you would have to make a decision, and that would eliminate the other. So let's say I chose to help this person, the other person would not get my help, and that would be a whole different path. Now I haven't seen every ending or everything necessarily for different scenarios, but I know that it does matter and change a lot. So I like the way that I did mine, which was a more of a good playthrough, and Geralt's a good guy. Geralt, unlike other Witchers, because we've actually encountered other Witchers in the game, Geralt is more caring. He can't really show his emotions, but he will actually go. You could choose to go and help somebody without them being able to pay you, just because you want to help them and they need you. I think that's an incredible quality, and as you could see throughout The Witcher, with the other Witchers, they're not all like this. Not even half of them are. And among other characters, at Ciri, you could play a lot as Ciri, not as much as Geralt obviously, but there will be moments where you play it in the flashbacks or in the present as Ciri, and it's badass. The way she moves like a vampire, basically her speed is crazy, the way she fights, the way she heals. I wish they explored her a little bit more, but I believe she will be in the next game, or at least in her own spin-off, since The Witcher 3 is the final Witcher game for Geralt. His story is over, as I will explain later. So Ciri might take over, depending on some things, and I would love to play as Ciri. Honestly, I would love a game just to play as Ciri because she's a beautiful person. I love listening to her. She has great things to say. She has a great bond with everybody. Nobody dislikes her. Everybody likes her. She's so enjoyable to be around, and I just love her. I love playing as her. I think she has to have her own game. She just has to. Come on, CD Projekt Red, be nice, please. Not from the characters. You get the stories. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt has an incredible story as the main one. I've never been so deeply involved. So for example, every main story quest I loved. There was so much to do. The story itself is just deep because it involves characters from even side missions. So let's say in one, for example, the Bloody Baron, one of the main missions, you do your thing with him. You have to bury the botchling or do these different things for him and talk to him and whatever, all that story. I won't spoil it for you. But then you get a side quest out of that, and to help him with his wife or with his daughter or different things. And the thing is, you don't have to. It's a choice, really. You just don't have to touch that at all. And as someone who did every single side quest in Witcher Contract, when I did that side quest with a Bloody Baron to help him, it was one of the best things ever. I loved it. It felt like that could have been. It felt like a lot of side quests could have been main quests, and I think that's a beautiful thing. It shows how much effort they put into it, and how much care also. And not just that one, but so many different side quests that derived from main quests. They just all felt like main quests. They felt so big and so polished. I cared for I cared more for some characters from side quests than I did for some main quests. Now, I'm saying that the main quests are probably still better than the side quests, but the side quests are so incredible. I love a game where those were their own main story, because that could fit. They're that good, honestly. I'm telling you, this game's incredible. The more I talk about it, the more I fall in love with it. And I did not think that was possible. Now, let me just say this. I spent 117 hours with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Besides Nintendo, I've never, ever spent that many hours with a game before. Never. And this one, I have zero regrets because I just went for everything. Every Witcher contract, every race, horse race, every side quest, everything. I just went for every question mark. I I have no regrets with the way I spent my time with this game. Maybe I could have finished more games while playing that one, but I don't care because another game like Borderlands 2, for example, after a few hours, after 10 to 15 hours, I was just sick of it, and I told myself, you know what, I'll put it down, and even if I pick it up again, you could tell that after 15-20 hours, if you feel that you just don't want to play anymore, there's a problem with it, or it's not for you. While The Witcher, after 50 hours still, I was being surprised by the story, by the game. Things that, even after 80 hours, 80 and 90 hours, I was still being surprised. Can you believe that? I was still being surprised, and if anything in this world can surprise you still surprise you after 80 hours with it, even a person or even a thing, you know that person is special or that thing is special, so hug it, hold it, and never let it go. Unless you love her. Then you let it go. Let her go. So, the stories were incredible. I just loved even going to a question mark and finding Witcher contracts on boards for me to be hired. And then this person tells me about her son who was in the war and he died and couldn't please go, or she thinks he died. And can you go find his body, bring it back to me? Can you tell me if he's alive? Can you kill the monster who killed him? And seeing the sadness and pain in these characters, it got to me, really. I'm an emotional guy, and I could admit that those give me shivers because of the way the story was being told. Very similar to Assassin's Creed, the good ones, in the storytelling. But even better, especially with the decisions, because I feel like I could have been a dick or an asshole, or just a plain jerk with Geralt and refused some people. For example, when some people ask me to help them with their quest to find somebody they love, to kill the one who killed the one they love, I could have refused because they had no coin or not much money to give me. But I accepted, and I have no regrets, because that made me feel good about myself, and it made me feel like Geralt was good because I chose for him to be good, not because he was necessarily good to start with. Because you could be really mean as Geralt. You could be one of the worst Witchers. You could refuse anybody. But why would you do that? Why would you be mean? Now let's literally tackle this game called Gwent. Now Gwent was integrated in The Witcher 3. Maybe it was in the others. I have no idea yet. Gwent is a card game. So you could literally play cards with anybody in the game. Let's say you meet a merchant and you buy something from him or her. You could play Gwent. You want to play Gwent with any of the main characters? You could play Gwent. You want to play Gwent with really anybody you meet that seems remotely part of the story? You could play Gwent with them. Now, what is Gwent? Gwent is a card game where well, first of all, I didn't really play it much. I focused more on the story and game itself. And maybe I would play it more on my second playthrough one day or something, because it looks fun. It's really a lot of fun. It's just very time consuming. And after already 117 hours, maybe I'd be at a lot more if I played Gwent. And I played it a little bit. The point of the game is you have cards, different, the regular stuff where you have different characters on them, kings, queens, whatever. And the point of it is whoever gets the most points by accumulating the cards on the field wins. So let's say I have 5 cards and I don't know, they're all at 5, and the other person, and my points add up to, I don't know, 15, 20, and the other person adds up to 10. Well, I win the first round, then there's a second round, and then if there's a tie, you either battle it out, or whoever fraction it is wins. So it's very enjoyable. I can't really say I understand much of it because I haven't played it much, but as a base, it's fun and it's a great addition. I think that it's amazing that they even added that for those who want to play that, because as if there isn't already enough in the game, they want to give us more. I just can't believe it. Thank you. Now, the gameplay, of course. The Witcher 3 got a lot of criticism for its gameplay, because at first, when it first launched, it was pretty glitchy, broken, had a lot of problems. When I got it, you would never guess how many gigs of patches they gave us, well, put into the game. Guess. I'll give you a second. 17 gigabytes of patches. That's insane. That's when you know your game has problems. I'm not gonna excuse it because glitches are a problem and games get hate for it, and they shouldn't be there. But in this case, first of all, when I played it, it was pretty much fixed. So I never had an issue with a glitch, a game-breaking glitch, or anything like that, besides maybe once or twice. So overall, my experience was pretty smooth. Now, the only times when it was glitchy is when you would maybe use Roach, the horse, and run into something, and he would get stuck. But it's really rare. Again, it's only because of the gigabytes that I had a very smooth experience. But if I played it back then, maybe I would have hated it. Maybe I would have really been mad at it for it, you know? Just like Assassin's Creed Unity. But I can't speak on that since I didn't experience that. But my gameplay experience was that it was very inviting because, unlike a lot of RPGs, it wasn't turn-based. It's an action RPG, and there's a lot of hack and slash. Really, all you do is you have 2 weapons on your back as a Witcher. 2 weapons. Just like these. I'm Geralt right now, I'm a Witcher. I have 2 weapons. One of them being a Master Sword from The Legend of Zelda. Nice, eh? And one being the Kingdom Key from Kingdom Hearts. That's right. I'm a Witcher. Igni. Magic. Barrier. Oh. And all you really do is slash enemies. It's sort of strategic, but not really. You have to do a lot of dodging and hitting, dodge, hitting, dodge, hitting. You get the point. Just me saying it sounds repetitive. The fun of it is that you also have magic, and between Igni, which is fire, or the magic barrier, or your bow and arrow, or your bombs, or your mind control, you could actually mind control your enemies to be on your side, or to just stun them and then you attack them. Because of that, and the upgrades, the amount of upgrades is insane. I didn't even get all of them. And I got to a level, I'll tell you after. But there are so many ways to play. Now, it's not necessarily praise for its gameplay in this game. It's not. And I agree with this. But I don't think the hack and slash is a bad thing. I think it was a lot of fun. I think that the fact that you could literally switch weapons whenever you want. You could buy new weapons. And they're all different. Because one of them, being the side one, is the more hatchet-like, or the axe. And the other one being the sword. And I think that's fair. I think that already gave it a bit of a different experience instead of having one sword at a time. And you could eventually upgrade it to be able to hold triangle, hold the sword, and you can smash somebody really hard with it. Your magic really does make a difference to me. When I've upgraded my fire, it did change a little bit, not by maybe much, but it wasn't the exact same. It wasn't just stronger. They changed how it looked a bit. The magic really helped against the wraiths, the ghosts, and all of those. The boss fights in this game were a lot of fun to fight. The thing is, throughout the game I was pretty much over leveled. I enjoyed the leveling system a lot. I was level 36 by the end. Now I don't know what the maximum level is. Maybe that's about it, because it goes higher, but maybe that's what you're supposed to get at this point, because I did everything, really. Almost everything. And when I've seen online that most people who finish the game with a story, they finish the game at level 27, 28, and I'm at level 36 and I finished the game, so the boss fights at the end were not really a challenge because of that, or throughout the game the bosses weren't hard. I barely died in a boss fight, so really barely, or in any fight at all. And that made it, for me, that was enjoyable. I wanted to go through it and enjoy the game, and I think that being over leveled helped me. Maybe I would experience it's a better experience, or maybe I would dislike it if I was losing constantly and getting my ass kicked. But I really enjoyed being at that level and being able to fight my foes and not have to worry about dying, so that was a good thing. Now, a big problem I have with the leveling up system is that you got a lot of points, experience points, from the main quest, but you didn't get many from the side quests nor the question marks. There were some times where I did a Witcher contract or a side quest, and guess how many points I would get? Sometimes 1, 2, 3. Really small amounts. I would sometimes get 100, 200, but not enough times. I think that should have been a bit more balance between the main story and the side stuff. Now I think I understand why they pulled this. Because they knew that not everybody would go and do every side quest or Witcher contract or treasure quest or whatever. They knew many people would probably just go through the main quest and finish the game like that. Now I understand. I just wish it was a little bit more balanced. it didn't bother me, but I imagine if me doing all the side quests rewarded me with getting, I don't know, 200, 300 experience points. That would have been lovely. Absolutely lovely. But it didn't, so that could improve. I also really enjoyed the treasure quests. They were a lot of fun. It'd be the thing where you go in the water, or you go in this place and you find a treasure guarded by somebody, or just laying there, or taken by bandits, and you just get the treasure and you get a lot of things from it. You get better equipment, you get a lot more money. Money was, to me, useless in the game because, again, I was over leveled. But by the end, I had $60,000, which is fucked up. That's way too much. It's the kind of thing where I really enjoyed collecting the money, maybe for no reason, maybe it was for me, I don't know. But by the end, I could buy any sword I want. I could buy any food, anything really. And it was never a problem. It was always just, I have so much spare money, why not spend it, right? Another thing is, I like how every main quest or side quest warned you with a suggested level. Because imagine you went in there blindly thinking, okay, I'll do this side quest, I'm sure I'll be fine. And then you really get your ass kicked. No, I like the way that it says suggested level 20, suggested level 25, 30. It warned me. And that suggested, that means you could easily do it if you really can. I could be level 25 and do a level 31 and be fine. But you'd rather be more prepared and know that you're gonna win, right? That's about it. Now, I want to speak about CD Projekt Red, the company that created the Witcher games series. They are incredible. What can I say? They are such a small company. One of the smallest, probably. And they created this humongous game with so much to do, with so much content. And you can tell how much effort, time, and love they put into this. First of all, every single copy sold for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt came like this. You see this? This is how it came. This came with, first of all, the game, obviously. Second of all, the soundtrack. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt soundtrack. It came with it. 31 songs. Not every song is there. The rest is on Apple Music or on iTunes or whichever, Spotify. But they actually gave us a free CD at a time with what most of the game has music-wise. Can you believe it? For free. This is all for free. They also gave us a map. I don't know where it is, but a huge map of the whole world. They also gave wolf head stickers. Not that I care about it, but some might. And that's something else. Oh, and the game came with 16 free DLCs that they added over time. I'm sure they were already ready, but they maybe didn't have time to put it in the game initially. I'm not sure about that. But they still gave us 16 free DLCs, some of them being new side quests, Witcher contracts, some being new costumes, new skins, some being new weapons. And all of those were free. While another company, like EA, or somebody, would have charged $2, $3, maybe $5 for freaking skins. Let me think of who did that. Oh, that's right, Batman. Batman sells their skins. Batman Arkham Knight sells their skins for money, which is a bit bullshit because I shouldn't have to pay for fucking skins. Well, this one just give for free, right? CD Projekt Red, I love you. I love you. They deserve all the love they got. Game of the Year, Publishers of the Year. They deserve everything they get. This company is incredible. And not just that, that's not where it ends. After that, they released one expansion of 10 hours plus called Heart of Stone. Heart of Stone is a paid expansion of $10, I believe. 10 or 15, I think it's $10. For 10, if not more hours. I believe it's 10 to 15 hours if you expand on it. That cheap for damn many hours? Are you kidding me? So many even indie games or games that come out for $20, which are 4 or 5 hours, or DLCs that come out for 20, 30, freaking fucking $50 for that much, for that many hours. So many huge companies just release these, whether they're awesome or stupid DLCs or expansions, for a very, very expensive price, and not even that many hours. I I can't comprehend how this small company can pull this off, but not the others. I just don't understand, and it bothers me. It bothers me that this one. Actually, no, it doesn't bother me because they got their love at the Game Awards. People love them, and they're getting the credit, and they're inspiring other companies like Techland, who made Techland, who made Dying Light, and Dead Island, and they're doing the same thing. I won't speak of this now, but they're also being a really good company, a really kind one. And then they're all CD Projekt Red is releasing Blood and Wine, or later this year, maybe the first half, second half, I'm not sure, but it's coming out this year for sure. And that one will be over 20 hours. Apparently, it's being delayed because, well, to a few months later because they want to make it even bigger. And the price is $15 to $20. Now you can pay $25 in the PSN store to have both of these expansions. $25, and you get possibly 40 hours, if not more, of fucking more Witcher. Do you understand that? And maybe more, because that's just the base if you don't probably do everything, but if you do everything, imagine how many hours that adds up to. I love them. I love them. I've been playing this since November, once again, the end of November, and now we're in February, and I only finished it 2 days ago. I fell in love with it, with the characters, with the stories, with the gameplay, with what I did, with the scenarios. There were even scenarios where I was playing hide and seek with some kids. I had to find some kids while playing hide and seek. Or also, I love the Witcher senses because you could be more of an investigator. I love that. I felt like Batman a bit. I loved also one more thing where you meditate and you can recover your life, full life. You could skip time. So many things. Again, this game is so rich in content and in everything it does. It is not perfect. It's not near perfect, but it is incredible. Incredible because the reason why I excuse it in a way for its glitchiness is because of how huge it is, how much there is to do, how much everything there is in there. It's not saying that they shouldn't make it polished, but they actually try to make it. They've been sending patches up to now, literally. Maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, they still had another patch because they keep working on it. They released it and they keep working on it. And of course, it's their duty, but they didn't necessarily have to put as much into the patches as they did. They wanted to make it a incredible experience. It's been delayed for a while, so they wanted to release the game eventually and then maybe work on the rest, which was a bit maybe of a not so smart decision, but they pulled it off. I fell in love with it. I think it's incredible. It is. Could it be better? No, it could only be better if they fix maybe some of the glitchiness or frame rates, but that's about it. The rest is just incredible. Incredible. If you did not pick up The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, you have to. You have to play it. You just have to, whether you spend 50 hours with it, 100 hours, 200 hours, 400 hours, I don't give a shit. You have to play this. You just have to look at him. Geralt is begging you to play him. It is his final journey. I plan to play The Witcher 1, which is on PC. I plan on playing The Witcher 2, which is on the PC, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, and the Blood and Wine, as well as the Heart of Stone expansions. And I'm not going to play them anytime soon because I've just drained myself with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, but I just have to play it. To play them. Look at this. Over 200 awards. For a reason. I'm telling you. This game is just... It's how other games should be, in a sense. Let's say Assassin's Creed or a lot of these open world games. They should be more like this. Now, to end this on a even better note, they're working on this game called Cyberpunk 2077, I believe. It is a futuristic open world game just like this one, besides the old medieval times. And it's gonna be, we don't know much about it. It should be releasing next year, but I would count on it being released in 2 years. So we'll see, 2018 maybe. But they're saying 2017, so we'll see. Hopefully not in 2077 because I might be dead by then. Might be. But look forward. I look really forward to it because not knowing anything about this game nor the company going into it, I fell in love with all of it. All of it. It's true. I if I had to pick one game for the PS4, or in general, one game to play, I'd pick The Witcher 3 because I could play it forever. I'd love to replay this again one day on another playthrough. Maybe I'll platinum it one day, you know, who knows. I just love it, so to not be more redundant, just go play it, and you will fall in love with it. If you don't, you have issues. So, the Games Cage leaves you with this. Pokizart over here, and The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt.
Hey everybody, what is up? And thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and share it with your friends. And obviously comment below. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say about the matter. You can follow us on our Instagrams. I have those two names up there. You can follow us on Twitter. That's where we put all our shenanigans. And obviously you can add me on Snapchat, which I'm trying to get like 1 billion people on. So you gotta help me with that initiative. If you like these videos, just click on that little Sonic icon I got there, and it'll send you to our video page where you can check out all the other videos, and hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel and want to see more. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.